Hello there, in this video we're going to start building our contact page for our project, so let's go. Okay, welcome back to the file. So let's go back to our designs page. Okay, there we go. So we've got our 3 pages so far. Let's jump into the research file and let's grab our contact page. Okay, so let's zoom in, let's go ahead and let's just make sure we can take a copy of the contact page. So let's press Command C, take a copy, go back to our design file, press Command V, and let's just place it up here for now. Okay, what we'll do next, let's go ahead, let's take a copy of the courses and merch page. So Option, click and drag. Let's just drag that out and let's just make sure these are all evenly spaced. Okay, let's go ahead and let's just rename this frame to contact. Let's go up into the navigation and let's adjust the navigation so it says activated for the contact page, and we can just set that for courses and merch enabled. Right, let's go ahead and get rid of things that we don't need. So let's just delete that bottom section. Let's go in here, let's delete the cards, and let's just go ahead and let's just delete this here. We don't need the sort selector. Let's get rid of the companies, get rid of the tabs, and now we're left with kind of a bare bones page to work with. Okay, so to start with, let's update the hero section. So let me just populate this with some new text. Okay, so that's updated. So get in touch. We'd love to hear from you, whether it's a question or feedback. So keeping it nice and simple in that hero section. Let's go ahead, let's look at the wireframes. So we have some text here at the top. It's just Option, click and drag that across. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's update this heading. So let's have a chat. If I can spell chat correctly. There we go. Let's just go ahead, let's copy, paste that text in as well. And let's just apply some typography variables to this. Okay, so those typography variables have been applied. Let's go ahead and let's go in. Let's just zero out that padding for the height. Let's just set the space between to 8, so tighten that up a bit. Let's just delete these from the page. Let me just shift click and bring this up a little bit. Okay, let's just bring this up a little bit more. Okay, let's leave it at 64 for the moment. Let's go back to the other page. So we now have our form with the different fields. So let's start by, let's just take a copy of this container. Let me just delete out the heading. Let me just delete out that text as well. Let me grab that container. Let me just give it a fill for now, just so I can see what I'm doing. So let's shift, click and drag. Let's set that again to 64. Just make that a little bit lighter just for now. Just want to be able to see it. Okay, so let's start dragging in some fields that we need for our contact form. So let's go to assets. I'm just going to click on UI kit. And to begin with, let's just have a look. So we're going to need the text field, so let's drag in one of those. We're going to need the select, so we can drag that in as well. Oops, let's do that again. Drag that in. We're going to need the phone number component, so we'll drag that in as well. We're going to need, I think that's the text area, so let's drag one of those in. And let's go back again, and we're going to need the file upload. That's another thing we're going to need. Make sure that's set to hug. Okay, and I think we're going to need a notification banner, so let's just drag that in at the bottom there. Okay, let's go back to file and let's just have a look. So to begin with, the space between is set to 8. Let's just double that and go to 16. Let's set these up in different rows, so I'll zoom in. Let's go to the first one. Let's press Shift A. Let's rename this to row 1, and let's go inside row 1. And let's set it to fill. Now currently that's filling the entire container and we've got 24 pixels padding. Now I'm going to just break this and put it to 264 either side so it keeps the form narrow. This is probably going to be unique for this container. You could add it as a variable if you wanted to, but for now what I'm going to do is just make it a unique value for this design. Okay, let's adjust the vertical padding. Let's go in and let's do 24. Okay, so the first 2 fields we have are first name and last name. So let's go ahead, let me just Command D, duplicate that. Let's set it to horizontal, the auto layout. Okay, and let's just set up some spacing variables. So let's do space between is 24, and let's zero out everything else. Okay, let's go inside here. Let's select both of these text fields, set them to fill. And while we've got them both selected, let's turn off the feedback, turn off the description, and let's just go into each. So the first one was first name, okay, and the second one was last name. I just check the next field is email address, so let me just click here. Let's duplicate this row, let's press Command R, just change that to row 2. Let's delete that one. Let's go in here, put email address. Okay, next one is phone number. So let's bring that up here. Again, let's just duplicate row 2, press Command R, let's name it to row 3. I'm just going to copy and paste this component here, paste it inside, delete out the email address. Let's go ahead and let's set this to fill. Let's turn off the feedback, the description, and yeah, I think we can leave that for now, but we can rename it phone number. Okay, that's that one done. Okay, for this section we were going to use a select, so let's go ahead and let's do the same thing again. Duplicate row 3, Command R, rename it to row 4. Let's go ahead, let's copy the select, paste it inside row 4, delete the phone number, and let's click on the select. Let's turn off the feedback, turn off the description, set it to fill, and let's just have a look. So what do you need help with? Let's pop that in there. That's that one done. So let's delete that out. Next we've got the text area, so let's just bring that up. Okay, let's just duplicate row 4, Command R, rename it to row 5, and I'm renaming it in the layers panel. Let's go ahead and Command C on the text area, Command V, paste it in, delete out the odd select, and let's go in, let's set the text area to fill. There we go, turn off the description, turn off the feedback, and I think we've called this message. Okay, let's go across. Yep, that's done. Okay, so after message we have got, looks like we've got some radio buttons here, so let's just go ahead. I'm going to just type in radio this time. Let's just take that, let's duplicate it a couple of times. Let me go in here, let's duplicate row 5, let's Command R, name it row 6. Let me just take these 2 radio buttons, let's just paste them inside here, delete the message out. What did we have? So it was email and phone. So email, phone. Let me just go ahead and just turn that one off so it's not active. Okay, and we also need a label as well, so I might just have to steal one of these just for the moment. Okay, let's bring that up. Let's just Shift A on this, put it in an auto layout, change it so it's horizontally spaced. Okay, let's add some spacing variables. Let's add it's 24 for now, between, 0 out the padding. Let's go ahead and just change that spacing to 8 so it matches the others. Okay, let's just delete out those. On to the next thing, which is the upload. So let's go ahead, let's just duplicate this, bring it down. We're on row 7, so let's rename that to row 7. Let's take a copy of the file upload, let's put it inside row 7, let's delete out the message there. Let's go in, let's set that to fill, so it fills that container. Just tidy this up as we go. Let's delete those out. Okay, we're going to need a button as well, so let's go in here, type in button, let's drag that in, let's set that to fill. Okay, there we go, and let's just put that as send message. Okay, and the last one would be the notification banner, so let's just go ahead and I think we need to wrap these in rows just to be consistent, so let's wrap that in a row, so it's row 8, just duplicate that. Do that as row 9. Okay, delete that, delete the button. Need to set this to fill for the notification. Okay, that's great. Let's just change that from general to success, so we've got the right color. Alright, well that's a good first pass. Okay, that's it for this part of the video. The next part will be next week, so like and subscribe, add some comments, all of those things, and I will see you in the next video.